Welcome to episode 360 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from thegeeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror. All right,
We are on the
around
eve.
a full circle.
We are on the eve of
Full
Batman Day.
It's Batman
Batman
Day.
Day is tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, do you know what today is, though? Storm Area 51 Day.
They canceled that.
Today.
Yeah, but they canceled that like earlier
It's
this
today.
week.
It's today. That's what the government wants you to think.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good luck to all those people in Naruto running.
Well, did you hear people have actually been arrested though?
Oh yeah, like YouTubers. I heard like there were like YouTubers.
Dutch
and
YouTubers.
stuff.
They were Dutch.
But apparently, for Batman Day, like they're giving away free Batman comics online and stuff like that.
Cool.
So, if you're listening to this, maybe there's still some free stuff lingering. Was it people have data mined Fortnite, and Fortnite has like, they found like Fortnite Batman stuff.
I saw there was something
and stuff
for
like
Fortnite,
that.
Batman Fortnite related, but I was like, Fortnite, I'm not going to look into it.
Oh yeah. I do gotta say the Thanos event they had, that was really cool.
I'll take your word for it.
I never got I never actually got the gauntlet, but it was pretty cool. Like seeing Thanos in a game like that, and being able to shoot at him and stuff. But anyways, yes, Batman Eve. But we're not gonna talk about Batman anymore because we have other stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Like what you've been up to, Stuart.
Well, I have been playing some things. I'll kind of get this out of the way first. Sorry, I had to cough. I've been playing a lot of more Final Fantasy 14, and I got my rogue up to level 30, which means I now have unlocked the ninja job, and I can now do ninjutsu.
Oh,
and
that's
I will say this, it's kind of appropriate too for today, because when you take your weapons out and then run, you Naruto run. Not even joking. Like full, for head forward, arms back. It's funny. Like, well, okay, that's appropriate for today at least. But ninjutsu, like I'm only a little bit into it. It seems interesting because there are you do hand signs like Naruto, and it's a combination of hand signs allow you to do a certain ability. So like I can imagine. So it's like like this hand sign for heaven, earth, and then heaven again. That's one attack, and heaven is another attack. So that it could be very interesting. Like I don't think I've played anything in an MMO that's kind of like that. So that'd be very interesting to once I actually get more into it. So look forward to that. But honestly, that's all I really had to say about it. But the other thing that I've been playing is the Modern Warfare beta. And I played it last weekend on PlayStation. I even streamed a little bit of it. And the level cap in the beta is 20. I hit that in the first day.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, it did take me long. I was doing very well on PlayStation by that. I was doing like insane.
Yeah, you sent me that screenshot, right?
Yeah, it was a screenshot of my second match ever, and I got like I think it was 30 kills in that game. And
Yeah, that was impressive.
I I don't think I've done that well in a Call of Duty game in a long time. Like where I'm actually able to call in, something other than a UAV.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Have you heard about this controversy over the white phosphorus?
What about it?
A lot of people are up in arms that that white phosphorus is being used as a kill streak reward because it's so horrific and gruesome and all this and that. And I've heard about it like on a few different podcasts, people talking about it. And there's a guy on who just joined, from one of the guys from Game Informer, just joined Kind of Funny, and he's been talking about it a bunch. And it's kind of weird because it's like it's a game where you're killing people. Your objective is to kill people, and it's a kill streak reward. Like
There's
you're
there was a nuke was
where
a kill streak reward in the
yeah,
past,
and
like a
it's
fucking
like
nuke.
it's like, so what's your like where do you I guess this is where you draw the line, is is white phosphorus gas? Like it's really weird, like because a lot of people, I mean, I'm not kidding, this is kind of a big thing, you know.
I
At least
don't remember. It's not in. I don't believe it's in the beta because like there's not many things that are unlockable in the beta, but I don't think it's in the beta, so I don't know.
duh, duh, duh. Yeah, a lot of people or there are people who are like upset and stuff like that and making a big deal
There are
about it.
people. There are people who are upset at this game because there's too many paths to take in a map. Oh, there enemy could be anywhere. It could be hiding around this corner. It could be underneath this trash can. These maps, they need to be more simplified. They're too hard for the normal person to understand. Really? What? And I saw one post today. It's on the map called Cave or something Caves. He was outside. It's in the desert, outside in the sun. The enemy who shot him was inside, like inside a building, and the dude was pissed because he couldn't even see the dude. Like, well, you're right. You can't. If you are outside in the bright sun, looking in a building, you cannot see in that building. That's how physics work. It's like,
Yeah.
well, no. It's the physics of this game is bullshit. All right. Like, well, it's not gonna be a buy from me. Well, good. I don't want you playing my game anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was really weird that there are game journalists who are like, and I guess other people who are like upset, and it's like, it's a kill streak reward. Like, how is that any different from dogs coming out and viciously attacking you? Like, it's
No
gruesome.
Russian.
I mean, yeah,
We
I guess
we
people are.
we make jokes about no Russian today. So you're going to be up in arms about this? No. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird because it's like you know, and it's they're like, yeah, still gonna play the game and all this and that, but and I'm like, well, what are you doing? Like, what? That doesn't make it like so shooting people with guns and grenades and rockets and stuff, all that stuff is fine, but you know, having a kill streak reward where you get phosphorus gas, like white phosphorus gas dropping down is where you draw the line. Like it just seems weird. It really does.
It kind of does, yeah. It does seem a little weird.
And it's not like, it's not like you drop it down and it's like, like Mortal Kombat slow-mo where you see their faces peel off from the gas on their,
Right,
hitting their flesh or stuff like that. Like it's not like it's anything crazy like that. It's just,
right,
it's the same as like napalm, which they've
right.
had
Exactly.
napalm, right, in previous games, or mortar strike or stuff like that. Like
Right. Yeah.
it's just odd. Like I was
How about
curious whether
an attack
whether or
chopper
not.
hovering above the battlefield, just pick people off? That's not good either. So yeah,
Nope.
I'm with you on that. Like, it doesn't. If you're going to have a problem with that one thing, you should have a problem with all of it.
I got you. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I was wondering whether or not you had like heard about it or not.
No, not that specifically.
Gotcha.
I cannot stop coughing right now. It's awful. Um, but yeah, I've been playing. Let's see. There are 3 assault rifles you can unlock as of right now, and I have maxed them out already. I've leveled them up all the way to 30. You can unlock. It's only up to level 30 in the. But you can see that it can actually go higher than that once the actual game comes out. Um, so then I've started to level up SMGs and other weapons. So, and I went ahead and like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna play this on PC anyway. I might as well pre-order. So I did, and I've been playing on PC today. And you know what?
Okay.
Cross progression.
That makes sense, I guess.
I had all of my stuff. Everything was there.
I guess the only thing that may not carry over would be like whatever COD points or whatever they use for like
Yeah.
loot boxes and stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah.
console or platform specific,
Mm-hmm. But
but
I
at
don't,
least the
at least
progression.
in this beta, it's cross progression.
Yeah, that's really
So,
nice. That was like the
and
one of the best things about Fortnite.
tomorrow is when it opens up to everybody, and not just pre-order people.
I thought it
So,
opened up today. I thought I saw something about that.
well, yesterday and today, if you pre-ordered,
Okay,
tomorrow is everybody. Then it's actually open.
gotcha.
And I've been playing with, on PC. I've been in matches with PC players, with PlayStation players, and Xbox players in the same match. I've been in matches where I was the only PC player. I've been in matches where there were no console players. It's been just a mix of everybody. And I didn't know this, but you can use mouse and keyboard on the Xbox.
How?
Well, I mean, some games
Well,
recognize mouse and keyboard, but
I
and
mean, I know there's ways around it. Yeah, because what is it?
no. There are games that do allow it.
Really? I didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't. Huh.
we've talked about it. You know,
Yeah, but I thought that was still
that.
like a beta type thing. Like,
No,
I wouldn't
it's
think.
just a small selection of games that have it. Not all
Gotcha.
games have it. It's up to the
Okay.
developer because, and I know this because not only does it show um what platform the person is playing on, but what they're using to control, whether it's a controller or mouse. And I've seen Xbox people with a mouse thing next to their name.
Okay.
So you can use mouse and keyboard on the Xbox as well as the PlayStation. So
It's interesting.
um so we're gonna have to try to figure out how to do how to play together tomorrow. Gonna have to add you and my sister to my Activision friends list.
Honestly, I'm not even interested in Call of Duty this year.
That's so weird because I'm totally on board with this.
Uh,
You just
just
don't like it because
there's
it doesn't have zombies in it.
I didn't even really play any zombies in Black Ops 4.
Because there wasn't anybody
Honestly,
to play with.
I mean, I
Because nobody
really
else would play zombies with you.
I could have found people online and stuff like that, but I don't know. There's I got other stuff to play. I'm deep in some games. I'm starting to get a kind of a little bit of a backlog of stuff. I'll talk about that when we get to me, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's out slash coming out.
Yeah.
Stuff came out today even. Was it the Zelda
Did that come
Link
out today?
to the Past? No,
I
Link's
guess it
Awakening.
did. Yeah. Link's Awakening.
That's the Game Boy one, right?
Thinks you're talking to the wrong person. I'm not a Zelda person.
I think that was the Game Boy one. Yeah. Turn that off.
But yeah, I'm really liking this Call of Duty. There are some issues and stuff, of course, but
Oh yeah.
once the game comes out, and they'll probably all be ironed out. Like I was trying to play earlier while watching something else because this is a good you don't need to hear, so it's not a it's a game I
Really?
can watch something else and play.
You don't you don't feel like footsteps matter?
Sure, yeah, if I really wanted to really play, but like you and battle royales, I don't care.
Well, it's not that I don't care. It's just like sometimes I just, you know, I'm not. I'm just playing just to play and not really
Right,
paying much
yeah, I'm
attention.
playing
And
just to
then,
play, but
but when I
I
realize, oh shit, I'm like top three, then I'm like, okay, time to get serious. Put on the headphones.
right. Well, I mean, you don't have that in Call of Duty, and
Yeah,
like footsteps. Like if you hear somebody, you're probably going to be dead by the time you actually see them anyway. So
I
it doesn't
guess.
matter because the time to kill is actually pretty low. So um, but yeah, like um I was playing and watching something else, and like I had the other audio going through my chat line, so I could use my Astro mix amp, turn down the gameplay volume a little bit while still being able to hear what I'm watching, and every so often it would just cut out, like the other audio would just cut out completely.
Huh.
And I did a little bit of digging, and like it was caused by Call of Duty. it was going through all of my audio inputs, which some games do that, and I don't like that. So, but yeah, I'm really liking this new Modern Warfare.
Well, that's good.
And I'll probably stream tomorrow too. So what about you? What have you been doing?
See, I might be more interested in it if there weren't so much other stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
happening
Yeah.
around
So
this
you
time.
might pick it up later on down the road.
Possibly, yeah. Especially, if like it was coming out when Call of Duty normally comes out instead of the last couple years, it's been coming out in October rather than November.
I mean, it's a week before November. I mean, really.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think last year's came out mid-October, I want to say. I don't
No, I
know.
want to say it
But
came out around the same time because I was playing Extra Life, and I just saw people uh people playing it a lot, and I'm like, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy it. So I want to say it came out a week
uh,
before November.
Black Ops 4 October 12th, 2018. So it came out, yeah.
Okay,
It came out early in
okay, so
October. It's first half. So yeah. But anyways, um yeah, man, what is it? I noticed I haven't played any Slay the Spire in the past week. And I was kind of upset about that cuz
oh no,
that's a game I kind of want to keep playing, like keep going back to here and there. Because it's just so fun. But so I gotta get on that. What is it? The Well, let's knock out some of the smaller stuff before we get to the big one. We sorta started a new video series.
we're gonna start it over, but yeah,
Yeah. Where we do Heart Gold I do Heart Gold, you do Soul Silver, and we're doing a versus Nuzlocke run. And for people who
randomized.
aren't randomized, yes. If For people who don't know who don't know what Nuzlocke is, that's where you what is it? You If your Pokemon dies, you have to release it, or
or put it into the uh into the PC permanently. It's dead. It's for all intents and
yeah,
purposes, it's dead.
it's dead, it's gone. Yes. What is it? You can only the first Pokemon you come across per route is or route. I don't know. See,
Route.
I had this conversation where we were talking about it. I say both. Like I don't know. It's just sometimes I'll say route, sometimes I'll say route. I'm just like, oh, it's just something that happens. But um, you have to. The first one that you encounter, you have to. That's the only one you can catch.
Right. That's the only one you're
Slash
allowed to catch.
slash battle. Yeah, because
Oh, I thought you could. No, I don't know about battle. I think you can battle whatever you come across. You just
uh,
can't.
really, I thought.
I mean,
Looking it up.
how else do you level up your
Trainers,
Pokemon?
trainers.
There's not enough trainers.
I was leveling up quite a bit. Then again, I only had two Pokemon, so options were slim on what I used. But yeah. Anyways, it's I think Stuart's looking up the Nuzlocke rules to
I
see if
am looking up the Nuzlocke rules.
that's the thing. Like unofficial. I mean, it's all unofficial because it's a you know the just a challenge you can do yourself, but it's to name all the Pokemon that you capture,
Right.
and that's really the rules. And we also like we have custom ROMs that we've randomized to where, your starter Pokemons are random, and it's a shame because your starter Pokemon was pretty great.
Right. But it's coming across. It was kind of hard. I don't see that rule at all.
Okay.
If
Once
you
I
got that rule from where I think you get it, that's just because they were playing Let's Go.
I thought honestly I watched that one that I showed you that when I got the idea to do the verses. I want to say they had that, but I don't know. Oh,
I don't see that in the official or the optional rules.
okay, that's fine. But random Pokemon, random starters. So I think when I add those settings like to make it a bit better because we had some issues where like we weren't
We had
able
some
to
catching issues,
catch anything. I was
and
able to catch a Pidgey.
that's because that was a Pidgey. Because it was a Pidgey and it has a high catch rate, it's able to be caught. It was able to be caught by a regular Pokeball.
Yeah.
But like I was coming across like I yeah, our main problem was our catch rate, where because the Pokemon is random, we were coming across Pokemon you're supposed to encounter later in the game. So you
I
would
came
have
across a Lugia.
right, and you would never been able to catch that. By the way, never.
Yeah.
Like it should be a 1 in 1,000 chance, if
Technically,
if
I had
if,
a
if not
great
higher,
ball
if not
because
higher.
I had found it on one of the random items because all items are randomized too that you find and stuff like that. And I was like, Stuart, since I actually have a great ball, does it? And you're like, no, and I'm like, oh, which is
Um,
weird because like I said, I was playing Heart Gold, so it was
right.
just weird to be playing the gold version and then Lugia. Like,
Um, but like I really did some deep diving into how it works. Like there's math formulas on catch rate as a Pokemon.
oh yeah,
But like um, catch rate is set from 0 to 255. It's somewhere in there, and 255 is it can be caught very easily, like a Rattata, a Pidgey, one of those, Weedle, one of those early Pokemon you're able to catch really easily because it has a high catch rate. But like I came across a Weezing who has a catch rate of 40. That is low, especially with a Pokeball. That's why seven Pokeballs and I could not catch it. So, um, but yeah, like we were coming across Pokemon that had just too high of a catch rate for us, and it was very frustrating for me because I was getting a little upset.
yeah.
I was.
You were getting upset, yeah. To the point where I was talking to you, but I was asking you like, should we close now? Because it's the time we designate. And you just were like cursing and no,
Pretty much, yeah.
just ignored me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we're going still. Then okay, but
Well, I
yeah,
was in the middle of not catching a Pokemon, so yeah.
yeah, and we realized the beginning before the actual Nuzlocke even starts, it takes a while.
Yeah, it does. Well, that one it takes a little bit longer. Like I did a test run with Platinum. That one didn't take that long.
I don't think I ever played Platinum.
I just picked a random one and like I'm gonna try it with Platinum, and I just
That
now this
the
one
third of Ruby and Sapphire?
Mm, no,
Because I know
no,
gold
because
and
it's
silver
it's
was
later.
crystal, right? Or am
Let
I?
me
Is it vice
pull up.
versa?
Let me pull this up. This I can tell just by looking at this.
But yeah, like Pokemon are the Pokemon you encounter are random. We have it to where it's not we didn't or I didn't set it to where like Pokemon's move types are random and stuff like that because there needs to be some form of structure and knowledge. You know, like we don't want a Pikachu being able to use Blizzard.
Which would still be funny. It's the third of Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl. I forgot about Diamond and Pearl. God, there's so much Pokemon. There's a lot of Pokemon. But actually, if you really look, there's not as many as you think. Because I remember I was looking when I was deciding which one to go through. I looked through the list and I'm like, I thought there was more. It's because there's all those
No,
side games they added too that makes
yeah, it's there's a ton of side
like
games. That's it.
this like stadium. There's two Pokemon stadiums and Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Pinball and Pokemon
Dungeons
trading card
thing. There's like a
game.
bunch of dungeon ones.
Yeah, a bunch of side like the DS stuff and was it Detective Pikachu? That was a game, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so yeah, there's it's just it seems like there's like 20 different main Pokemon games, but there's well, there might
there's
actually
really
be
not.
close to 20. There might actually be close to 20
Yeah,
Pokemon
20,
games
20
actually.
I think is a good number actually.
Yeah. But yeah, it's or at least it feels like there's like one coming out every year for like 20 years, I should say. But they were spread accordingly, you know. Weirdly enough, if you look at the release dates and stuff like that, the main Pokemon games were anyways. But so yeah, we're gonna redo it, change a couple settings, right?
Yes,
We're gonna make it to where it's the normal catch rate,
or we can
or
get it
no?
higher.
Or
I
we
don't.
gonna leave
We
we
can
gonna
we
leave
can go a
that.
little higher. No, no.
I don't want it
We
to be
we want we
too
want that checked.
easy.
We want that checked.
Okay, I don't want
Like
it to be too easy though.
it normal. It's a 30% chance of catching. Like that's what that does.
Oh, really? I thought it was like if it's below a certain health, it's or whatever. Like,
Well, that's if it's below a certain health, it's a 30% chance of catching.
yeah. Okay.
There's
Gotcha.
there's there's another one where it's 50%. There's another one where it's 80%, and then there's it's 100% chance.
And that makes it every single Pokemon has that 30% under a certain health, or
I believe so. I did a test. Like I said, I did a test with platinum, and I had it set to 100% chance, and I was catching every single one.
well, of course, if you're
Well, I mean,
at
it was
100%.
I was making sure that this setting was how it worked the way I thought it did because the wording is so bad. Like I wasn't sure how it worked.
Yeah, and you said that there was another setting. I can't remember exactly what, but I'll go back in Discord and look
Oh
what you
yeah,
said.
there was one to help help with the impossible evolutions to where
Oh, yeah.
like you could actually have a Geodude evolve by based on level and not a trade. It's the trading Pokemon. I don't know if you want that or not. The
I
Pokemon
don't
that
know.
that evolve on trading, it just changes that to a level.
I don't know. That gets a little tricky because it's like we're not going for all the Pokemon, right?
Right.
So I don't know. That's a bit gray. It feels like gray area, not necessarily black and white. Get it? Black and white Pokemon. No. but
Ah,
but
there
yeah.
is a clip that I saw today or yesterday. I thought was really funny.
Oh yeah.
I just sent you the link to it, and it's actually Soul Silver randomized. There's a setting to it will randomize the catching tutorial, and it's really funny because the Meryl
Oh
that they use in that tutorial, for because it's random, has had self destruct,
yeah.
and it was the very first option, and the game is set to choose that very first attack, so it used self destruct, and Ratata went down. It didn't kill it, but the Meryl went down, and but that person was now out of Pokemon, so they blacked out. And it faded to white, and go, and that's how it's done.
That is so weird.
That it's
Like
hilarious.
that is so bizarre. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. Meryl Flora is out of, or Lyra is out of. Yeah, they blacked out. That's funny.
And I want to say that there's an
Anyways,
option just to affect that, so like something like that could happen. It'll just make that tutorial encounter weird.
yeah, I saw that setting and I was like, no, it's fine. We don't need that. We don't need to add that. But I don't know. Maybe now we do. I don't know.
Now that
But
you've seen what could happen.
yeah, like weird. But what is it? Yeah, all items are random. What else? Items found, item or Pokemon trades and um are random. Like, this dude wants this Pokemon for that Pokemon. Well, that's completely random now.
Yeah, what he's going to give and what he wants are different.
Yeah, TMs, like, people who are giving you TMs and stuff like that. Those are random now. Stuff like that. You so it was but besides the catch rate, it was kind of interesting, like, because your starter Pokemon. I don't know if we want to say it or not. It's gonna change though,
Well,
right? Well,
yeah,
that
it's gonna be different now. So like
yeah.
I had the option of Alakazam, Articuno, and I can't remember what the third one was. But hey, guess which one I picked? Articuno, because hey, it's a not I don't count Articuno, Moltres, and um Zapdos as legendaries, because I don't because I feel like there's just really powerful normal Pokemon.
They're mystic, but I always considered mystic like the I always thought the three mystic birds were like the lower tier of legendary Pokemon.
Yeah,
I always considered it close enough, you know, because they were like, it was, if you caught one, it was almost as important as a Mewtwo. Not quite, but it was like one of the next best things to catching like a Mewtwo. But yeah, and I had three Pokemon that I didn't even recognize.
right.
I was confused because I'm like, these Pokemon aren't, or Gold and Silver were second, and you're like, no, it's a remake, but it has all the previous generations
Right.
since they remade it. Like real world time, and I'm like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah, so that's why it still falls in Gen 4.
because like Gold and Silver it's like I know Red and Blue, I know Gold and Silver. what was the next one?
Ruby
Ruby and
and
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Yeah, and then Ruby and Sapphire is where it starts to get a little fuzzy, and then generations after that, it's like uh, I clueless. Like there's a chandelier Pokemon, there's a trash can Pokemon. What?
Oh, but that's even later. That's like Gen 5. That's like Black and White.
Yeah. Did you see the new Pokemon that was announced?
The yeah, he looks awesome. The um it's a
Sir
Farfetch, but it's not
Farfetch or Sir
Sir
something?
Farfetched.
Yeah. It looks so cool.
That
Like
he looks awesome.
I always liked Farfetch, especially like from the Pokemon cartoon. Farfetch was so cool in the cartoon.
Yeah, he now Farfetch is a true onion knight.
Yeah,
Get
his
it?
green onion or his
Get it? Cause he
leek.
holds a leak. Ah!
Yeah, it's like a sword now, and it's like
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I like when they like, okay, we're gonna give this Pokemon an evolution. It's like I'm okay with that. Instead of you trying to make some crazy new Pokemon out of nowhere, because it's like you're in a new region, right? Like every game is a new region still, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
Sword and Shield
some go
is.
back.
Oh yeah, like Gold and Silver. Once you beat that region, you go back to the Blue and Red region and play
Yeah.
through that to get the badges. But I'm talking about like the initial like Sword and Shield. It's gonna be a new region, right?
Yes, it is a brand new region, the Gala region.
Yeah. So which is based on UK.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a new region, so there could be different environmental aspects and stuff like that could cause an evolution, or not just like a Pokemon evolution, but like an evolutionary evolution, in the Pokemon that particular Pokemon's like lineage or whatever however you want to call it. So it's understandable. Like you could, I could totally see that being a good way. But some of these new Pokemon they're coming out with, like the Teapot Ghost, like that. What?
That one's creepy. It because like
It's so
it's made out
weird.
of tea, but if it likes you, it'll let you drink the tea. Like, wait, hold on, but it's made out of tea. So if it likes you, it'll let you drink it.
Like
That's not
no,
how.
thank you. I'm
Okay.
good. Um, yeah, like I said, there's like some weird Pokemon. But you know, hopefully I'll get a better starter.
And I'll probably
It's
end up
like a
with the worst starter.
like I said, I like the ones I got were definitely not from Red and Blue or Gold and Silver. I can guarantee that. The ones I had the
I,
option of.
when I watched your footage, I recognized the one that you picked. Like I definitely seen it
Oh, you did?
before. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not from Gold and Silver, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah. Because like I said, I'm pretty familiar with Gold and Silver and Red and Blue. Like it's Ruby and Sapphire where I start to. I'm like, oh, okay. 'Cause that was the Ruby and Sapphire was Mudkip and uh was it Mudkip and the Tor fire the
The fire
Firebird,
pig?
right?
Oh, the fire
No, the
bird.
Firebird, like the Torchic, right?
Torchic, yes, okay.
Torchic and
Yeah, because that's what I picked when I played Heart Gold.
yeah, I picked the I don't know. I I for the most part I kind of like the water type Pokemons, at least in the first few generations.
I usually
Like
go fire.
S- Squirtle's my favorite Pokemon of all time, and then Totodile. I love Totodile. Totodile is so cool too. Uh,
Oh, and I know this is just for you though, but you came across a Togekiss. That
Yeah.
is the third evolution of Togepi.
Okay. Then that was introduced later
I
after.
once I saw it, I was like, oh no, I yes, that is definitely the third evolution.
Cuz I knew that the first evolution of Togepi was like the skinny, like a Togepi lost weight and was skinny and lanky, right?
I don't know about skinny and lanky.
Like thinner, like tall and thinner, not as not as round as Togepi was. But it's like Togepi grew up,
Yes,
like a teenage Togepi had a growth spurt.
it has a longer neck.
Yeah, that's what I
It
mean.
actually
Like it's
has a neck. Up.
longer.
It actually
Yeah,
has a neck.
yeah. That's what I was meaning. But yeah, I remembered that, and I was like, I don't know if there's a third evolution or not, but it says it's Toga, so I guess it's related. I don't know,
Yes.
but yeah, we're gonna start we're gonna start the when we do it again, we're gonna start at the right, when the Nuzlocke challenge begins. So we're gonna skip the whole like, here, choose your Pokemon, here, go run this errand for because since it's Nuzlocke, we have to like every time we take 5 steps and a Pokemon, we encounter, we have to run away and then take 5 more steps and then encounter a Pokemon, then we have to run away because it doesn't start
Right.
until you get your first Pokeballs.
Right.
Which makes it very interesting because, like, we might encounter, say, a Lugia, or who knows?
Or multiple Squirtles.
Oh,
Like I
man.
probably came across the Squirtle Squad for how many squirrels I came across.
Squirtle's my favorite. I even have that hat with Squirtle on it. Should have wore that.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that. That's gonna be an ongoing series on YouTube. So be sure to follow us on YouTube. Links at thegeeksftw.com. So just or just search for the Geeks FTW on YouTube.
Right.
What is it's you Geeks FTW Gaming, right?
Yes. No, I think it's just
Yeah.
it's you geeks at FTW, like YOU geeks FTW.
Yeah, I wish we could change that. I don't know, but anyways.
I want to say the Geeks for the Win was taken, or the Geeks FTW was taken. So like, well, it's our YouTube channel, so it's you, like as in YouTube.
Yeah, that was I know that was our mindset, and um just like, we certain things, and man, one thing I regret is not getting Geeks FTW, just Geeks FTW when that became available. It was a little expensive. It was like, I want to say it was like, I don't know, it was like $20 or something for the
That's not that
20,
bad.
30 bucks. It was under 50. I know that. And then for some, I guess we started getting more popular, and people started searching and all that and that, and then the price is just outrageous now because it's the
Because
search, as the years went along, Geeks FTW has been searched so many times, and
by
all
so
that.
yeah,
So
because we have so many fans.
I
A
mean,
battle
we
off with a
used to.
stick.
Well,
We
not necessarily fans, but we used to get downloads, like,
we used to have a lot of downloads. Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, so yeah, look out for that video series. Stuart's doing the making it look pretty, and
Doing my
he
best.
showed me was it a concept of what the
Mock up of
the
the layout. Yeah.
mock up of the layout, and it looks really cool. Like, when I was talking to him about it, I was like, "Yeah, the layout would probably be one of the hardest thing or one of the toughest things," and you're like, "Not really," and I'm like, "Well, shut up, because yes, for me it would be." because I
and
suck at
then
that kind of stuff.
I spent the night. Like it took me almost a day to make it. So then I showed it to you.
Yeah, but yeah, that I could never do anything like that. Like, I'm just terrible at graphic
Well,
design.
I basically just I copied what a lot of other um like streamers who play Pokemon and what a lot of YouTubers. I just copied their layouts a bit.
But you still made it. Like, you still got the
Yes,
Pokemon font and
yes. Well, yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. But anyways, so look out for that. Which, once we got done with our like unsuccessful first part,
Take one practice
uh,
round.
which I don't know if you could or not, but maybe like like have them side by side and speed them up super fast, like for like 30 seconds fast, and have a like I don't know, like words on the screen saying this is our first attempt. It failed because
Hmm,
if that'd be
I don't know.
more trouble than it's worth.
No, it wouldn't be that hard.
But anyways, so yeah, look out for that. When we got done with that though, I was like, man, I want to keep playing Pokemon. Pokemon's so fun.
Well, you have them all up until uh Black and White 2.
Yeah. I'm debating on getting one of the originals and like getting a emulator on my phone and playing it like while I'm out and stuff like that.
I know a way. I know how.
I
I'll
mean, there's
I'll
like
I'll talk to you
millions
later.
of phone emulators. Yeah. Like, that shouldn't be
I
difficult. Yeah,
I
but
know I know good one.
okay, cool. But yeah, cuz while I'm out, I take a bus for transportation right now, and stuff like that, and it'd be like, okay, I have time to play a little bit here, a little bit there, stuff like that. But also, what else have I been playing? Well, I haven't been playing it, but finally the for Xbox the Control update came out like a week after it came out on PlayStation.
Oh,
So
Control. Okay, that
so
is
that's on
okay.
my list.
Control is a bad name. Like game wise, Control is really a bad name. Cause I'm like controller update. What controller update?
Oh, yeah, you
Control.
gotta you gotta control when you're doing any searches, you gotta make sure you put game or remedy or you can't just like,
Yeah,
control.
they did bad
Yeah,
Google wise for that game.
yeah. I mean, yeah. But anyways, so yeah, that came out finally. So that's on my list. And like I kept checking like every day, like after it had launched on the update came out on PlayStation, and it's just like, nope, not there. Next day, nope, not there. Next day, until like I don't know, probably beginning of this week, where it was like I was like, oh, okay, I got busy with other stuff, and then yesterday I was like, I wonder if it. Oh yeah, there it is. A recent updates control. Okay, cool. So that's on my list now because I was talking about how I love that game. It's so much fun, but the more powers you get and the crazier the stuff, the better the game got, the worse the frame rate was.
Right, because there was like so many like just things happen at once, right?
Yeah, more stuff going on and stuff like, yeah, so that, and I was like, I'm not gonna like suffer through this, and you know, I'm going to wait till this because you were like, oh no, it's gonna be months, and I'm like, I hope not.
Right, yeah, and then you prove me wrong with like 17,000 exclamation points. I think in that text
Yeah.
you sent.
Yeah. But no, I was happy. I was happy. You were wrong because that means I get to play the game.
You're always happy when I'm
Uh,
wrong.
Sometimes, but it,
It's one of the things that brings you joy is proving me wrong.
I just like to be right. I think we all like to just be right, but especially when it benefits me to be right. But yeah, so controls on my list to knock out in the next week and a half. Um, so happy about that. And the big thing I've been playing is Borderlands 3. It's so
Or
great.
I
Oh my
darb. Oh wait,
god.
no.
Uh,
I saw I played iDarb earlier. So
I did play IDAR because I found out it's like super easy achievements. Like you can get like almost all of them in like less than an hour, and it's on
I
Game
think I
Pass.
did that when I played it. Yeah,
Um, there's one achievement that I can't get, which kind of sucks because it's like involves like Twitter hashtag or Twitch hashtags or something like that, and I kind of tried it and it didn't work. So I'm guessing because that has to like Twitter and Twitch integration, in it.
right. Yeah, it was like one of the first to have that stuff.
Yeah, and sadly that doesn't work. So it's like, okay, I won't get all the achievements in this game, but I'm okay with that. It's like whatever. And it was just something I was doing while I was watching something. Like I was watching uh YouTube video or something like that. But Borderlands 3. I was
Right.
kind of talking to you about this a little bit about like the what is it, the Giant Bomb like podcast. They talked
Well,
about it and
well,
go ahead.
when I asked you when you were streaming, I asked you how was it, and you said it's more Borderlands, which they said the same thing, that it's more Borderlands, but you guys have the exact opposite view of that though. You view that as a good thing, like it's
Well, it's
because, but they don't. Like they really didn't. It was dated for them,
well,
so and
and also
that
they
was
hadn't.
their complaints.
I was telling you they hadn't played through much of it.
I think Jeff was like 10 hours in by that point. So like that's good enough to have.
No,
No, yeah, he said 10 hours in. He said he was
I
10 hours
thought they
in.
because they were saying like level 14 or whatever, and you'd be a lot higher level than
Jeff said 10. He was 10 hours in.
I heard someone say level. They were like level 14 or
I think
level
Brad
something
said
low
that.
like that. Okay, but I mean, it's more Borderlands, and it makes you it feels like more Borderlands. I was I think the Giant Bomb, the Beast Cast, their East Coast division, they were talking about it. It's like, yeah, you feel like it's the same and all that, but it's kind of different. Like you go back to the old. I mean, it's got that look, and you think, oh yeah, this is just like Borderlands 2, but you go back to Borderlands 2, and you're like, oh no, Borderlands 3 looks a lot better.
Well, yeah.
And they made some good quality of life adjustments, like if you say, you have for instance, you have a bunch of, you know quests, side quests, main quests, like that. um you'll have the quest on your you'll have the quest on your screen, or on the screen, and it'll be like objective, it'll be like Moxie something something, and it's like, oh, find Moxie this item, and or if there's like two steps to it, it'll have two steps, and once you complete it, there'll be a check mark on the actual screen. It's very simple, but you can cycle through all the quests you have going at the same time by just pressing left or right on the D-pad.
Okay.
That is so good. Like, that is so useful. Um, the thing that sucks about that is when you pull up the menu or you pull up the map, you can't do that. So if you're trying to look to be like, okay, I'm in this area, what all what all quests can I do in this area? Can I get completed? You have to switch to the quest, pull up switch the quest on the, just playing the game, press like right on the D-pad, pull up the map, see, okay, no, that's not in this area. Go back, press right, pull up the map. No, it's like it kind of sucks that way. I'm hoping that maybe in a future patch soon, maybe they'll add the ability to cycle through the quests in the actual map screen because the UI is a mess. I'm not gonna. I can't get around that. Like I can't defend that.
Okay.
The map is. They were trying to do something cool with the map. Like the map is kind of like 3D almost,
Yeah, yeah.
where you can
I
like
want to say
rotate it.
I've seen something like that before,
You can zoom in and
in a
out, and
much
you
older
can
game.
yeah, you can zoom in and out, and you can see like, okay, this is, it like was it vertical where you can see like, okay, this is the floor. I'm on this level, and there's a bottom level to this map, and then there's a top level because it's, you go up this mountain or whatever, and there's an area there. So like you can zoom in and out and rotate and do all that, which, it's cool in theory, but it doesn't really work that great. And sometimes when you're trying to like, you zoom out and you're trying to like like move the analog stick to like move over and see, like sometimes it'll like auto like auto move you to the closest fast travel or the next fast travel location, or something like that, and it's like, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just move over and see how far I am from this objective. That can be frustrating. It takes a long time to like open up the menu and inventory and all this and that. Like that has to be fixed because it's just ridiculous. Like especially if stuff is going on, like, if like your team's
Oh yeah.
fighting something and you try to
Hold
pull up
on,
the map.
hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on,
Like
hold on.
my game
Oh,
has
okay, okay.
literally
I'm good to go.
frozen.
I'm good to go.
Like my game has literally frozen for like at least 5 seconds, sometimes longer. Because my teammates are fighting stuff, so stuff's going on, and there's kind of some frame rate issues when too much stuff goes on. Like there's this grenade where you throw it, and when it does damage, it makes enemies drop cash, and
That's useful.
it also splits into other grenades, and it homes in on the enemy. So we all have this grenade because there's a duplication glitch, and we all duped it for each other.
Of course there is.
And we're all like just throwing grenades, like, so there's just grenades all like we're all spamming grenades, and you know so frame rate just goes crazy because like, you know they kind of didn't expect that, I guess, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, the UI is a mess. I can't defend that. The shooting feels really good though. It feels solid. The weapons are very interesting. There are some pretty cool weapons. I don't know how far into the game I am. I'm at least halfway through, maybe 2/3 of the way through. I'm level 38, I think. I've been doing a lot of side quests and stuff like that, which the story is really good. I really like not the two villains are really you really hate them,
Okay.
which is good for a villain, right?
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Like I remember at the end of Borderlands 2, like by the time you got to spoilers fighting Handsome Jack and killing him, that was satisfying as hell. And I feel like whenever you get to these two, which the villains are twins, whenever you get to fighting them and most likely killing them, it's gonna be just as satisfying, if not more. Um, See, I'm kinda surprised. I would have thought the Giant Bomb people would have liked the fact that the two antagonists, villains, whatever, they're a social commentary on influent the influencer slash
Well,
streaming culture and how it's ridiculous and all the because they're like all into those artsy type stuff and they're all like
well, they
whatever and
their problem with it was that it's a little late. Like they're like their biggest I think gripe with it is like a lot of the jokes are like a couple years, if not 5 years, too late.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's also I like how they're not saying like for them it feels too like they're kind or some of them might be, but a lot of the times they're talking like in general where it's like you know it's failing and it's all the which it's like no because this game in the first weekend like Randy Pitchford came out on Saturday and said you know this has the highest player count at the peak of Borderlands 2, and then Sunday he came out and said, "Forget that. It's even larger today than it was yesterday when it was record breaking." Like people are playing this game. A lot of people are playing this game, and obviously people are liking this game.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
just I think it does have some issues, and does have that humor, and I think a lot of the indie, a lot of I talk about this a lot. A lot of game journalists slash reviewers, they're like so hardcore indie games, like they love all like it's hard to explain, but they're like you know, not real big into mainstream games, it feels like, and, you know
Well, no, like the reason they don't like, especially like Giant Bomb, they don't talk about it a lot is because everybody else is. So like if like they want to shed a little bit more light on the games that you might not ever hear about.
oh, no,
Like,
but
but
I'm
like
I'm
like
not just talking
if
about
they
them, but
if
there's
they are like really into a really popular gamer, they'll talk about it. But they also feel like everybody else is also talking about this.
I'm not just talking about them, I'm talking about, like, you got it seems like a lot of game journalists from the popular sites are like that, where, it's like, "Oh, this little indie game or whatever is ends up being their game of the year or or their game of the years are like a bunch of indie games and then maybe a couple big games and like it goes back all the way to back when Jim Sterling was at Destructoid and I would listen to their podcast and a lot of people on there were like that were like it just it's hard to describe, but it's I don't know. It's the humor is what it is, and like I find it weird that people are kind of complaining about it because what did you expect from Borderlands 3? Did you really expect it to like the humor to change?
Yeah, I
I
don't.
never expected it to change. I thought it would always be the same, like
Yeah.
because I mean that's what it is. That's the type of game it is. Um, but the main story stuff is interesting. A lot of there's some really interesting side stuff, side stories and stuff. There are these like each area has these like audio logs. Well, each area has like objectives you have to do like hijack a car, where you have to like hijack a vehicle, certain vehicles or vehicles with certain parts in that area. Um, and then you have to take it to the catch a ride station, and then you're able to get that part because now with vehicles you can like customize the vehicles in a way. It's not like
Hmm.
too complex, but you can like, okay, I'm gonna put this gun instead of this gun, or I'm gonna put this booster instead of this booster. You know, like they have different aspects and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. There's these audio logs of the first Vault Hunter,
Okay.
which is very interesting. His stuff is,
Is
I
is
mean,
that is that not the people from the first game? I guess. I guess
no,
no. I
no,
guess no. Like no. Like vault hunting was already had its place
yeah,
by that
but like
point, didn't it?
it's the very first Vault Hunter, and it's real interesting. You know, because as you're going, like I said, they're in every single area because there's an objective of these things to get in each area, and once you get like there's typically three in each area, and once you get those three, there's you're able to unlock what's called the dead drop, which is like um this like kind of chest like structure. It's more like a it's not like a flat chest, but it's like a chest that opens up, you know, like towards you, like
Mm-hmm.
standing chest. What are those called? Um,
Locker,
like kind of
cabinet.
like a gun safe type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like you're sometimes there's good stuff, but like once you get those three audio logs, you know, you're able to unlock that. So there's those three are objectives. Plus there's like radio towers, which they have the stuff, you know, propaganda and stuff like that from the two antagonists, and you have to sabotage those, and then they'll play like regular music or, you know, regular programming and stuff, so it's not, you know, the propaganda um from the antagonist. And then what's the other thing? Oh, you have like the legendary hunts, which are like random, like not a random, but it's like a location where there's like a kind of a like a mini boss that you have to kill. So, you know, each area has like objectives for you to check off, you know, to do that you know there are definitely these here to do. As long along with side missions, of course. There's lots of side missions, and but the audio logs are really interesting. I'm really enjoying those. I get so excited whenever I like come across a new one because whoever they have to voice the first Vault Hunter, his name's Typhon something. I can't remember exactly what his full name is, but he doesn't sound like a badass Vault Hunter
Okay.
like the characters you've played in previous Borderlands games. You know, he sounds more goofy, like, you know, he kind of like Mr. Magoo'd his way to the
Okay.
first
That
vault
that that
in a way.
sounds more interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and then as you're going through, you're hearing him talk about, oh yeah, I made a deal with this corporation, or oh I this and that, and I was hanging out with such and such, because like one of the lines in one section is like uh he was hanging out with one of the founders of, I think is the founder of Jacobs, which is the one of the gun manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
And like their slogan since like I think the first game where Marcus would talk about it, say it in a vending machine or whatever, was like, if it
Catch a
takes more than one
ride.
bullet, you're not using a Jacobs.
Oh,
And he
wrong.
talks about how he like the Yeah, that's Scooter, the Catch a Ride. Marcus is the like
Yes, I
game
know.
salesman.
I know.
Yeah.
I was making a joke.
But like one of the audio logs is he's hanging out with the guy and talking, and he's like, "Oh," and he says the line, and it's like, "Oh, that's where the line came from. That's kind of cool." Like it's the these audio logs are like weaving more of the Borderlands lore with this first Vault Hunter. Like it's connecting all these different dots that you never thought would be connected. It's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
because I mean, I really think the Borderlands world is interesting, but you've never really thought about Borderlands. It's like when you're thinking about Borderlands, don't really think about lore heavy or stuff like that. But
No.
there's a lot of lore stuff in this game, and it's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging it. Um, it's It's good. I'm enjoying it. There's a lot of interesting side quests. There's a couple. There was one where you fight basically the Power Rangers.
Go on.
It's like the what is it? It's like these like the squad of people, and they're all different colors and whatever, and they're like inferring it's like pretty much the power. It's just like like a wanted mission, so it's just like a nod, like a wink and a nod, kind of a
Uh huh.
fun thing. I don't know if they can drop anything like you know substantial or not. Was it Borderlands 2? There was a Ninja Turtles one where you went to the sewers and you fought these four turtle creatures, and they had different colors to this. So they've done stuff like this before. Um I don't think I've come across it, but there's like Wick and Morty, or which is Rick and
Oh yeah,
Morty.
yeah.
There's a couple like Destiny ones, I think. They even have I haven't come across it, but there's actually a character in the game called Dinklebot,
Cool. Uh huh.
because Dinklebot was never an official name. That was what the
No, no,
fans
that was a
came
fan
up
name.
with. So Borderlands is totally free to call a character Dinklebot.
Absolutely, it is.
So there's a Dinklebot like quest or something
Well,
like that,
okay,
which is cool.
not entirely free, but it in this case, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
There's another.
mm,
Go ahead.
I was gonna get if if a nickname is substantial enough, they can like if a nickname that's not the official name is substantial enough, then they can sue.
But they replaced the voice actor. They replaced Peter Dinklage with
That's not what I'm
Norm
saying at all.
or
That's not what I'm
North.
saying.
So yeah, I understand, but it's not like it's going on where people are still referring to the ghost as Dinklebot, like you know.
I'm not even saying it in this specific case. I'm talking about in general.
Okay, okay,
Like
I see.
that is a general blanket statement. Like for
I
that
gotcha.
applies to anything.
Yeah. What else? There's a character in Destiny called Failsafe, which is like this AI type char- like AI character who like you have to try to find its crew or whatnot, and find out its crew is dead.
Okay,
There's a mission pretty much that, but the it's a robot called Failurebot,
that's
and
a terrible name for a robot
well, the robot fails at everything.
because it's living up to its damn name. If you call it Succeed Bot, then it succeeds at everything. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
y-
But like, it's funny because that quest like is basically identical to what happened in Destiny, which I'm like, I was just like, okay, that's failure bot, okay. and then it's going on. I'm going through the quest line, and more is being revealed, and I'm like, this seems very similar to Failsafe and whole her whole reveal and stuff. And then you're going through, and you're like, okay, finding her crew, and it's like if her crew, no, this kid, and it's like, yeah, her crew is all dead, and all this, and it's like, oh my god, this is kind of crazy, because I knew about the Dinklebot quest thing, because I saw like an article about it, but and then when I saw there was a failsafe, I'm like, wow, they made two Destiny like
See, that just
things.
seems like like being lazy.
Well, they're referencing all kinds of pop culture and stuff, like.
Well, no, what you just described though is that just they just remade from a quest from another game. That's just to me, you like that. To me, that's not a good thing.
No, the story behind it. The story behind the quest. The quest was totally different. Like,
No, that's what I mean. Like they're just that's just lazy. Like, well,
you
we
end up
can't think of
going
nothing,
to,
so we'll just copy this story over here from this.
well, I mean, the basis of it was, but like there's some differences. Like, there's these creatures like the Jabbers, who are like these monkey creatures that apparently are the ones who might have killed the crew or whatever, and they have this whole like tribal civilization thing, and you have to go to them and all this and that, and you've got to you got to prove yourself to, do all these trials and stuff, and it's like, okay, you have to fight these people, or you have to do this, kind of jumping puzzle to show you have agility, and oh, you have to do a trial of wit and stuff, like, so there's extra stuff to it that makes it different, but like there's a reference in that quest line to Destiny, which
I'm glad you like it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad you like it.
I thought was kind of a fun wink and a nod type thing. Like, they're paying homage to, it's clear that they're fans of Destiny, I should say.
That's true.
Um Which is, it's funny because, Destiny was their new expansion was supposed to be out already, but they postponed it, probably because they didn't want to have to go 3 days after Borderlands 3, as well as they could have a little more time to
I
polish it up.
don't
But
feel
like,
like I don't know. This may just maybe me. I don't feel like Borderlands was a get out of the way game.
there's a lot of people who play Destiny like hardcore, who are playing Borderlands right now. And there was, in the community, the
Well,
Destiny
that's
community,
that's
there
because
was a
they don't
lot of
have the
worry.
new Destiny stuff to play. I
But
mean,
even before the delay in Shadowkeep, a lot of people were like, "Oh man, this sucks." Shadowkeep comes out 3 days after, like, there's a lot of worry in the community, in the Destiny community, about the, like, it's coming out 3 days after. That leaves no time to play. And when they when they pushed it back 2 weeks, the Destiny community was just like, "Yes, we're not even mad. We're thrilled. Thank you." Like, so I they're never gonna admit it, but I think that was maybe that was a factor as well. It's 2 weeks. I don't know how much you can actually develop. How much you can actually do polish development wise in 2 weeks. Like, I
I don't
assume,
know. I have no
not a
idea.
whole
I
lot.
have no idea how game. Well, maybe not. Don't know.
Well, I assume not a whole lot, because game designing seems so difficult and tough and hard that 2 weeks is probably nothing to
It
devs.
depends on what they had to polish.
Because I think they've come out and said like, "Oh, we've a raid takes 6 months to create," and it's like, "Oh,
Well, yeah, from scratch.
okay,
Yeah, sure.
yeah." So, but anyways, what else? There's a bunch of different like types of references like that, to pop culture and stuff like that throughout the game. Um, there's a talking about lazy writing. I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. There's a
I hate it.
like a kill mission. There's a like a wanted kill mission. Borman Nates, Norman Bates.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, that one went right over my head.
And in the description, it even says like something something mother or whatever, and it's like, oh wow, okay, that's like when you see it in when you see it in writing, you're like, really, okay, because it's Norman Bates, but the N and the B is switched. So
Yeah, that become very much become much more apparent
yeah,
reading
if
it
you're actually reading it,
than
yeah.
saying.
So yeah, there's a lot of good. Like I said, the weapons feel great. The story stuff is pretty good. I'm really enjoying that. Like I said, the UI is pretty garbage right now. Hopefully, I'm hoping that it gets better. I'm hoping they fix it soon. They they do a they pull a remedy and they come out with a patch soon. Um, because it's really good. I'm enjoying it. It's it's more Borderlands, but it's Borderlands in a good way. Um, they change and they also changed some stuff like upgrading your ammo capacity and stuff like that no longer costs the iridium, which is like the purple currency, that you like barely came across. Like it was hard to come across. Now it costs regular cash,
Okay,
which is great because ammo capacity is should not be locked behind a like resource that is tougher to come by. Instead, Crazy Earl, which is the what you want guy from like the first one and the second one, he sells like cosmetic stuff for the iridium, which is the like I said, the purple like bricks currency, whatever. In it's like skins and stuff like that, and you can't buy that stuff. Like you can't buy iridium or iridium and stuff like that with real money or anything like that. So the cosmetics are you earn them, and you get the iridium, and you you earn it in game, and you spend it like on the like you know different skins, different heads, different uh like echo skins, which the echoes are like your like Pip Boy type devices. What else? Where you pull out the map and all that stuff, in inventory and all that. Different emotes, stuff like that, like you get from the so it's good. They're not doing like paid for loot box type stuff. So that's
okay.
always a plus because people hate when loot boxes. Just the word loot box
You can just
makes
in that
people.
sentence right there, they just hate loot boxes.
Yeah, just the mention of loot box, people get angry.
Yeah.
So it's doing so, and there are different worlds you're going to, and some worlds are like larger than others, unfortunately. Like there are some really cool places that you go to that you're like, I was barely there. That kind of sucks. And um, but there are some very vastly different looking areas, which are it's kind of cool. And there are so many different guns, and so since Borderlands, their whole thing has been the loot and the way their randomizing generator type stuff, works. There there's so many different combinations of guns and craziness, and the type of game Borderlands 3 is, I don't think you could I don't think you could realistically ever have it launch and be perfectly polished just because the way the game is, all the different aspects of, the billion guns, the different combinations of guns and stuff, because the you know, there's no way they're able to test all the different combinations of the guns, you know.
Sure, sure.
So, you could have a gun that has this perk and that perk and this perk and that perk, and it could totally kill your frame rate because so much craziness is going on. So it's just stuff like that you could but like the UI stuff, that definitely could have been polished and a lot better. But
What about the gun with legs? Have you come across the gun with legs?
uh the gun that walks around, no, but there is like a gun where you throw and it's like kind of a becomes a when you reload you throw it and it's kind of like it stands there as a kind of like a turret.
Okay.
That's kinda cool. There's a gun where you reload and throw it, and then it turns into a bomb that you can shoot, and it explodes, and then it also gives you, like, extra damage for, like, a certain for, like, 5 seconds or something like that. There's, what is it? There's I was watching, I was you know, I didn't watch all of it because it was like 4 hours long, but Achievement Hunter live streamed yesterday, and I watched some of the VOD today of it
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. And Ryan had a gun that was kind of like it was a pistol, but it was kind of like it was pretty much the Mario fireball.
Okay.
It even kinda made it even made a noise similar to it where it's like you're shooting it and you're expecting it to, like, projectile, but it kinda, like, "Ploop," and then it bounces, "Ploop," and then
Sure.
like, which, he was making fun of it, and then he was like, "Oh, this is actually kinda good. This is actually this is actually doing damage." So, there's, like I told you about the cash grenades, there's, like, rocket launchers that shoot, like, projectile spread. Like the further it goes, the more it spreads out. There's like so many different weapons and stuff like that that like just haven't come across. There's a shield where you're able to like you get a drone that can do damage, and then once it's depleted, it gives you another shield or it gives you another drone. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. I'm gonna wrap this up though with one story. I was playing through a quest with Pants of Steve. He was streaming it, and we were playing through. It was a quest. It was the Ice Tea quest with Ice Tea because
Okay.
he's in the game. He's not Ice Tea in the game, but it's Ice Tea.
I get it.
He
Yeah.
plays this navigation system called Balix, who ends up being kicked out of his ship and put into a like pink teddy bear.
All right.
And you're having to find this item. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but you're having to try to find this item in this area or in this like area that this new area that you're in as soon as you like meet him. And he's dialogues going, and you're having enough. Was the AI you're having to fight is actually the security system for this giant
Mm.
ship that you're like this area is this giant ship basically. The cool thing was the person who voiced the security system was watching Steve and I stream because Steve actually knows that person
Really?
because she works for the shift code uh, team at Gearbox, and she ended up doing the voice of the security system. So the opposite of Ice T during that quest line.
Uh huh.
and it was really cool, like, playing through the quest line and having one of the voice actors watch you play. And then I had his stream up muted so I could look at the chat and stuff like that, and, she would be typing, reacting to stuff we were doing and saying, and it was really cool. Like,
That
that
is
was
really cool. That's
that
really
was a
cool.
really cool moment that I don't know, I that's probably one of my coolest moments in gaming, like, I really think that's just it's hard to top that. That was such a cool moment, but yeah.
Side note, just voice actor. Have you seen the videos of the voice actor who plays Pathfinder?
No.
He's done a bunch of videos where he's played Pathfinder, playing on the as a Apex, and just making commentary as Pathfinder, and it's pretty funny, and like nobody talks to him.
Yeah,
Like that's
okay.
kind of the whole point, is like, Pathfinder playing alone.
Gotcha. That's funny. But yeah, I'm planning to play a lot more Apex, or not Apex, but a lot more Borderlands 3, cuz I got to get through it. The story stuff is so good. I'm like finding myself, it's like, oh, no one's on, so I'm not going to progress through the story. I'm just going to do these side missions, and the side missions end up being really cool and interesting, and um uh but yeah, it's fun. I'll definitely be talking more about this next week. Um but that's pretty much it for me. So I guess we can get into news. We don't have too much news to talk about, but
No. Um. Well, we talked about Apex. Um. My news this week is Apex related. Um. They've kind of come out with how they're going to change ranked for season 3.
okay.
Well, this seems like it's going to start maybe a little bit before season 3, because this kicks off November 1st.
There were some issues with ranked. Like, the higher ranked you got, the longer it took to matchmake.
That's kind of by design, though.
Yeah.
That's not what they're changing. They're doing
Okay.
some, like, they're changing up the points. They're changing up how the points work.
Okay.
Now you're going to get more points when you play, but it's also going to cost more. So you're going to be getting they're saying 10 times more points, but the entry cost for every match is actually going to go up a little bit more than 10 times. So like silver now is going to cost 12, gold 24, platinum 36, diamond 48, apex 60.
Okay.
And also for season 2, you're not going to completely be reset. You're going to go down a little bit, but not all the way down. You're going to go down 1.5 ranking. So like if you were gold level 1, now you'll be silver 3. Because that's like 1.5.
Wait, say that again. I had something I had to read real quick.
There's going to be a soft reset for the
Okay, so
for the
okay,
ranks.
that's what I thought you were saying. So okay,
Yeah, you'll go down 1.5 tiers. So like
okay, so
a gold 1 will go down to a silver 3.
1.5 sub tiers.
No, full
Or
tier,
are
full
those
tier
called
down.
tiers? And okay, tiers and ranks. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you'll go down a full tier, and then half of the sub.
Okay, cool. So like yeah, so I'm platinum, so I'll end up being gold 3.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. That's good. That's rewarding you for, doing good you know, last season or
Hmm.
that's cool.
And they're changing, um, like they're actually going to add assists to the 2 points as well. So like you actually see how many assists you get, and they're making that assist window longer than before. Because before you just got a pop up on the screen, assist knockdown. It was like 1 second. Like, I'm sorry, it was less than half a second. Um, like from your last bullet to when they drop, that counted as an assist. Now it's actually going to be five seconds before they drop. Then it counts it as an assist. They're not saying how you're gonna get points, like how much assisting will get your points though. But
I mean,
they're
it's
not
better
gonna.
than nothing, so yeah.
It's better than nothing. Um, you're also gonna get multipliers, for kills, um, when you're in the like when you're higher up on in the in placement. So like, um, you'll get a 10 times multiplier, um, from 11 on, from rank 11 down. So like 11 to 20, you'll get a times 10 multiplier for a kill. Rank 10 to 6, you'll get a 12 times multiplier. 5 to 4, 15, 2 to 3 to 2, 20, and then a 1, it's 25. So you actually get more points the when you get a kill later in the game. Um, Still capped at 5 though, because according to their although the 5 kill cap was initially controversial, we didn't see many players actually hitting the cap that too often.
I
So it
mean,
just there was enough hitting that kill cap to warrant making that kill cap larger.
I could see that, yeah, in the in the the average player, the sheer, you know, player base, but like why not? Like well, we don't warrant it, but why not?
Well,
Like
it's actually to make the progression slower though. It slows down the progression, because you'll get somebody like Shroud or Mendo that'll get 20 kills a game.
but
So like
they're the
so
best of the
so
best, so they should be rewarded for that.
well, they would get the top tier instantly though.
I guess that's true,
But
yeah.
and then you were complaining about the how long it takes for it to get into a match. Those higher players, those fraction of a percenters, will be in those lobbies forever because they'll be
Yeah.
alone. So I mean, it just makes it slower to have the plebs catch up.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Pretty sure they're not doing this, but I would like it if they had like kind of a negative multiplier. You could like say you and me are playing and you're silver and I'm platinum, to join you in your whatever, but I get a negative multiplier.
So you
where I
would
don't
lose
earn as,
points?
or no, I mean, I don't gain as many points as I would, because it got to a point where nobody wanted to play with me because we'd have to play in my ranking.
Right.
You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that kind of
Um.
sucked, you know.
Yeah.
So like, make it like the amount of points I could get would be like halved, if I was playing in a lower tier than I am now.
Yeah. But I can still see, people who, you know, like, oh, let's find a bronze player to play with. I don't care about points. I just want to kill all the noobs.
I mean, you're gonna get that anyways. People gonna, that people make
Well, I mean, if you have what you have,
Smurf accounts
that's
to
going to
do that.
happen a lot more often, though.
That's true, but I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's something they could do to address that, because it really did suck, because I'd play with people and we'd be in mine and they'd get frustrated, and they'd just blame it on my tier, which it's like, well, I mean,
I mean, yeah, it's
you're
true.
gonna
It
have
is.
good it is I mean, you're gonna have good people in you're gonna have good people in whatever tier you play in.
Yeah, but there's more in yours
Yeah.
than
And
there is in mine.
that, or there's just people who play more, that's definitely true. People play more. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish they'll maybe address that in the future. But
Well,
seems like they're
then
not
it's
addressing
then
that
it's called
now.
just playing random, just playing the regular game and not ranked.
I mean, like I said, that if they had some kind of like your amount you could earn was halved or something like that, like some kind of, like you could play with your friends in their you know in their lobby system, matchmaking system, but you're not going to earn as, anywhere near the amount of points as if you were playing in your own type of thing.
Mm.
So that way, even if say, your bronze player is playing, or gold or platinum player is playing with a bronze player, well, if they're friends, yeah, they'll probably the platinum player will be doing a lot better in that lobby, but it'll also help get his friend leveled up higher, so that
But
the
that
gap will be lessened.
well, it's to ensure competitive integrity through skill based matchmaking. That's what this is.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know.
I mean,
I surely I
with
can't be
yours,
alone there
it
though.
doesn't it doesn't have that.
I don't know. It just feels like it discourages people from playing with each other if they're in different
O-
rank.
only in ranked mode.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish there was. I hope. Then again, like, or then again, this is like the second iteration of this, so
Yeah,
it's gonna evolve, and I'm sure maybe they'll address, maybe not necessarily this, but something similar to this, or I don't know, but
I would honestly be surprised if they do ever address that because I don't think that's a common issue.
yeah, I don't know. It might not be common, but I'm sure it's affecting more people than, you know,
But yeah,
a lot more people than
you are
just
not
me.
alone.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that you're not alone. But it's not like reason they didn't raise the kill cap because there's not enough to warrant something like that.
Yeah, because everyone. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have that one friend who's really good at games. Like, not I'm
Yeah.
not necessarily saying I'm good at it. I'm just saying,
No, yeah, I had a friend in high school. He just every game he picked up, he just mastered it.
yeah.
Pissed
So
me the
that
fuck off.
person got a lot of points and ended up progressing a lot faster than the friends, even though they were maybe playing with each other in the same games. You know, one person gets 5 kills, the other person gets one. That's a lot more points
Hmm.
consistently. So yeah, but any other like major changes?
Uh, I haven't read this whole thing yet. My eyes started going cross because this is really just a wall of text. So, not really anything else major other than that. They haven't, season 3 starts in 2 weeks, so we'll get more with that.
Yeah, they're saying lost forgiveness is working as well as intended. So if you're playing with randoms and they quit, you won't be penalized, and
Mm-hmm.
or if there's issues, I guess like connection issues or stuff like that. That's good
Yeah,
because
they're going to try the penalty again because in series 1 they was getting a lot of they were getting false false positives, positives. So, um, yeah, so they're gonna try it again.
that's good. Yeah, because I mean, is Leaf still an issue, right? Like, if they fix Leaf, they probably would be
I have
screaming from the mountaintops.
I
We
honestly
fixed
have
Leaf.
not. I've not seen anything because I've not played a lot lately. So
I haven't played in a while. Yeah, I think I played a couple times during that last event they did, but I was like, "There's nothing to this event. It's kind of kind of boring. None of the wards are really all that worthwhile."
um, apparently it was fixed in the last patch.
It was okay, interesting.
That according to this post.
Well, that's a big improvement for them
Whether it actually has been fixed or not, I don't know if this is true or not. So
because that's an issue that's been affecting the game for months, right?
yeah, they did also release another character video for crypto this time. Did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance to know.
It's pretty good. Um, we definitely get to see like, oh well, maybe like people forget like the people who set up this the Apex competition. Like if you didn't play Titanfall 2, you didn't know who Apex was. Like Apex are not actually good people. Like they were the bad guys for the most part.
Interesting. Okay.
So crypto is going after them. It seems like so. I don't know. It's cool, and we possibly got to see the cinematic wise, maybe what his abilities might be. So have to do with a drone of some kind.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
And
That
well,
could be
crypto has actually been spotted in the game. Like straight
I
up,
did
he's
see. I
in the
have seen
game.
stuff like that. Yeah, I have seen people say, "Oh, hey, I found crypto," or "Yeah, I decided to find them myself," and yeah,
Yeah, looks like
that's
he's in Wraith's new area,
that's cool.
which kind of makes sense because that's it's an underground laboratory, and if he's against Apex, he'd be there trying to steal some information.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes open on what season 3 is gonna be because they did make improvements with season 2, but they did have
Yeah,
some major issues in season 2.
they did. I'm curious on what the new weapon is because I've seen at first it seemed to be it's going to be that charge rifle, which doesn't make sense, and then I've also seen it's the one I've been talking about since the beginning, the Volt.
I hope it's not a care package weapon
If it's the charge rifle, it is a care package weapon. If it's the Volt,
because
it won't be.
there's already enough care package weapons, and it's like I felt like I barely got to use the newest
Right,
one. The
right. Yeah, I barely even use I barely even use care package weapons anyway.
Yeah, especially when there's like challenges tied to getting kills or getting knockdowns with said care package weapons.
Right.
It kind of sucks. So, alrighty. So it starts October 1st.
Well, that's when the ranked of season the well, they're calling it series 2 kicks off on October 1st.
Okay,
Season 1
that's interesting.
maybe a week or two behind that because season 2 does end on the 30th.
Yeah, that's when that's interesting because that's when Shadowkeep comes out. So
Well,
a
there
lot of
you go.
people are anticipating that. So just another example of there's so much stuff to play. But alrighty, my story is Borderlands related, and
That off.
they I didn't get to watch it. They started their first the Borderlands show. Um, was I think it's produced by Kind of Funny,
Okay.
because Greg Miller's on it, and one of the former IGN guys who is a like freelancer for Kind of Funny was producing it too. Um, Actually, he was a video producer at IGN, so but I haven't gotten a chance to watch it. But they apparently talked about in October the Bloody Harvest event will be a thing, which it's like okay, that's kind of interesting. This game just came out, and you're already talking about events, and so they're serious about keeping people focused on this game, and you know it will be the first of several free limited time events and will offer new enemies, a new location, which is interesting. I wonder if it's actually going to be a new location or if it's going to be like maybe a reskinned of a location
I could
because
see if it's a brand new location completely, I can see it being like a small area.
they've done that before in previous DLCs. They've like reskinned certain areas, you know. But anyways, new location and new loot. The Bloody Harvest map will be available to all players who have the main game. Um, departed Pandora and started exploring space aboard the Sanctuary 3. So it seems like you have to at least gotten through the like initial part of the game, which isn't a big deal. Like if you're mad you can't play this and you haven't like played the basically like the tutorial section, like
Sure,
sorry,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Yeah.
but it says outside Pandora they'll bump into haunted enemies, and after you kill them their astral selves will rise up and come after you. So that's kind of interesting. You know, it's gonna be like, you know, you kill an enemy, but they'll transform into something else that you'll have to fight. Um, touch one and you'll get a terror debuff. Partially shrouds your vision in a mysterious mist and weakens your gun handling accuracy and spread. Players will be on the hunt for a new substance called plasm, which they can exchange for access to the Bloody Harvest map. So I'm guessing there's going to be a that makes it seem like there may be a quest that you have to do before you completely get access to this,
Possibly, yeah.
like a introductory quest, which I'm
Uh
okay
huh.
with. That's
Yeah.
nothing new in games in these type of things. So that's kind of cool. I think that's interesting. Like they're already, they're this game is filled with content already, and they're providing their first free uh their first update content update is going to be free, and they're talking about having a bunch more free content updates, the first of several, which they do have like a season pass with, paid content obviously coming, but not like it's cool that they're giving people free stuff first, and they're not like, okay, here's content update, it costs you money. They're like, okay, this is
Good
a
on
taste of what we're gonna come out with.
good on them.
Yeah, which I'm excited about this. It's pretty neat. I don't think there's he says article doesn't say it doesn't say an exact release date. Just says next month. Like I said, I didn't watch the I didn't get a chance to watch the Borderlands show yet, but it's apparently that's a monthly show where they're gonna be like, apparently it was like at least an hour long, I think. I guess it's gonna be a monthly show where they like talk about the state of the game and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
which is always good when
Mm-hmm.
you have a developer who's transparent and who's communicating with the audience and player base.
For now, at least.
Yeah, this definitely it seems good. Seems like, on paper they're handling this the best way, so far. Just I wonder if I'm interested to hear about if they're talking about like the UI updates in the Borderlands show and how they're fixing it and stuff like that. If they're that transparent,
Mm. Who knows?
probably I'll probably talk about what they said next week when I talk about Borderlands 3 again, because I'll probably talk a little bit more about it next week,
You don't
because
say.
by then I'll probably have the story finished, hopefully by then.
Okay.
But so yeah, that's the news I have. So I guess we can wrap the show up. Um, this has been episode 360 of the Geeks for the Win podcast. You can find all the previous episodes at thegeeksftw.com with links to our Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at thegeeksftw. Stuart is at Casual Terror. I'm at Geeky William, and we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animals were harmed in making this podcast.
We don't have to change the. Well, I guess maybe we do have to change the the Twitch link on the site.
Oh yeah, yeah, you do.
I'll I'll change that then.
Yeah, a lot of my links broke. Stuff that I automatically set up. Like whoops, that broke too. Need to fix that. It was like I had a bat file that pulled up my Twitch and restream and all that. Like whoops, that broke. That one broke too.
Hmm. Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that I'm surprised didn't break. Because I wasn't sure how Streamlabs would react to it. It was just fine.
Did you see the new update for OBS?
I have the new update for OBS.
Yeah. Some good stuff in there.
Yeah. I some new sound things popped up for me. Because the chat box for that now shows up as a audio source. Nothing's gonna happen there, but I see it.
Being able to pause recordings.
Yeah, which I know I was kind of with Epo's Fox. We'll just splice and just start another video. I didn't see a point to that one at all.
I mean, it's if you, I don't know, I don't know, it'd be easier to edit, I guess. I don't know. You could just clip out a little section instead of having to splice
I
two and then clip out, and the option's nice. Being able to, what's it the what's it called, the window, like the we have the chat and the little stuff all around it, all around the actual preview window. Being able to
Yeah,
have external.
yeah. Have a custom one. Yeah.
Yeah, though that's nice. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know what I would have that. I don't know what I would put there, but
Oh, maybe you
the
could have
OBS
like a
doesn't do.
Twitter or something, or I don't know.
I don't. I don't. It makes me. I kind of find Twitter like that. I need to watch it at all times. I need to have it
Maybe
have it up on OBS.
maybe you could have restream chat in theory
It's already there. It's already built in.
in regular OBS.
Yeah, I have it. I have
Oh,
it up right now.
okay. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
that
it's just
came that came with the last update.
I'm not like, I don't do complex stuff, but I'm sure the people who do complex stuff have good uses for these updates.
Well, I
As we
don't
can
see
tell with
where.
trying to get me set up to record, yesterday.
Yeah,
I have issues.
you do have issues.
I wonder, I'm going to try the RetroArch recording and see how that works.
Okay.
If that works well,
Yeah,
Is that if that works well, that could simplify some stuff, right?
I can come up with a way. Yeah.
Definitely, it could definitely simplify stuff for me, where I could have my game audio, and then just record my mic on Audacity, to where I don't have you
I
coming
mean,
in
you
with the game
recording
audio.
you and the game audio was not the issue. It was having me with the game audio.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of having you with recording the
I
game
don't
audio,
see it might not work that way. I'd be surprised if it does work that way.
why would the retro arc pick up?
Uh because it would most likely just be of anything that comes on that audio source, which would be your desktop audio, which
Okay.
which
I
which
figured it
which
would
is
just
me.
I figured it would read what the audio from the
It
ROM.
might. I would be surprised a little bit if it did, but
I'll
it
do
would
a
be cool if it.
test. When I record it, I'll like have some other audio playing to test that out. Yeah, that retro arc seems really like complex and advanced.
There's more, like you can have more emulators in there than just the DS one.
Oh, um, yeah, there was a lot, like a lot to choose from. What was I
And the only
saw
reason
like I don't know.
and the only reason I use
What?
that instead of just the emulator that RetroArch uses is because if you get the emulator by itself and you go full screen, it doesn't full screen like that. It just full screens in a window, and the background is white.
Yeah, it seems to work pretty good. I'm
Yeah,
happy with it. I think I'm gonna try out some other, uh, play some other old like games on it. Big Bang Theory to stream exclusively on HBO Max. Okay. You'd
I don't
think
think it
that would be on
has.
CBS since it was a CBS show.
Right, yeah.
But I guess maybe it was produced by Warner Media? I don't know. Weird. Did you see what was it? I saw an
Yeah, I think so.
article that was like what?
I was gonna say RetroArch doesn't use the same uh, Nintendo 64 emulator that I do.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't use Project 64. No, what were you gonna say?
I saw this article that was talking about like how Civil War, Marvel Civil, MCU Civil War has finally ended because like all the people on Iron Man's team are pretty much like gone.
Yeah,
If you think about it, and most of Cap's team is still around, if not all of Cap's
that
team,
that is very true.
because it's like Black Widow gone, you know, Iron Man gone, Spider Man gone, Vision
Oh, that
gone. Um, Black Panther not around for a while, like, um, and I guess the only one who still kind of could be I don't know is like War Machine. He's still out there somewhere, I guess. I don't know. It it was funny though seeing that article. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And yeah, I was kind of upset about the Spider-Man thing too. I was like, oh, did you see what's it called? Oh, here it is. J.J. Abrams Spider-Man issue 1 is out.
Oh no, I didn't know that. I had to think for a second. I had to think for
Apparently,
a second what that was.
apparently it does like it does some interesting things. Like it changes some stuff in the universe, or I haven't really looked into too much of it, but
Well, I don't think it's a full. I think it's its own standalone thing.
I don't know. Maybe
I didn't feel like that was it was going to be connected to anything.
that Nick Fury thing.
Oh, I'm not watching it yet. I was going to wait till until later to watch it.
That's fine. I just thought I'd send you the link so you didn't have to really worry about it. Yeah, I was just scrolling through stuff anyways and saw it pop up again and was like, oh, okay, good. Uh, what's what's kind of weird, Stuart?
Mm-hmm.
It, okay, I entered the Borderlands show. Whatever they gave away, they gave out a shift code for Golden Key. You know,
Uh huh.
that's for like the chest or whatever. I entered it, and it said redeem on Xbox or redeem on Steam, and I'm like, this isn't on Steam. This is on Epic for the first 6 months. What? That's
Oh,
kind of weird. It's kind of bizarre. Like, had me stop and think for a second. Mm, which Zelda should Nintendo remake next? Four Swords. No, I don't know.
I I'm not a big Zelda fan, so I could not tell you.
I've played a few of the old ones, but that's about it. Like Link to a Past or Link to the Past, and I think Link's Awakening, and that's pretty much it. Like I never really got into once it got 3D. I never really got into it. I know it's ridiculous. Like Rambo Last Blood, like on paper, it seems ridiculous because it's Sylvester Stallone that old,
Right.
trying to be bad. But seeing that trailer when I went to see Hobbs and Shaw, man, I kind of want to. I'm not gonna see that movie in theaters, of course, but I'm looking forward to when that comes, home video to watch it. Oh, the first Rambo was so good. I don't think I've only ever seen the first Rambo, to be honest.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
Weirdly enough, I don't think I ever got around to watching any of the other Rambos, which is weird because I really like. I've seen most of Sylvester Stallone's other movies.
See the I'm trying to think. I think the only Stallone movie that I really really like is Demolition Man.
Really? Wow.
I'm trying to think of like the other ones that I've watched. Because Rocky, I absolutely hated Rocky. I needed fucking subtitles for anything he said.
I don't know. I was able to understand
And I thought
not
the
most of it.
the dialogue was just awful anyway.
Well, the first Rocky was pretty much like a independent film. Like, honestly, that's really what it was. It blew up to, it blew up to a franchise, but it was a small like budget like thing where I think he was big into creating it himself.
Yeah, I know he had like yeah, I know
He
he
was
was deep
he
into
wrote
that,
it.
and
Yeah.
he wrote it. He did a lot of things for it. I get that, but I just didn't like it at
As
all. I thought it was awful.
it got a lot better. Like the other ones got a lot better as, like was it I think Rocky 4 is my favorite. That's the one with Dolph Lundgren. Pretty good.
Is that the one with the robot?
No.
Or is that 5?
The robot you mean like the robot he gets for his kid?
It was like I don't know. There's
That
a
was
movie
like
podcast I listen to,
3.
and they've done they did the first Rocky. I gotta look it up.
Because 3, he gets
Sec.
real comfortable with fame, and he neglects his training, and that's where Mr. T's character comes in and catches him off guard and beats him, and then he has to go back to his roots, and he ends up training with Apollo Creed, which was the dude he fought in the first two.
Right. Say they did
He ends
5,
up
4, and 3. And that
yeah,
I
and
think it was
he ends up
5 that had the robot.
5 was garbage. 5 was just it's bad. Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 pretty good, and then 3 is a little goofy. There's some goofy moments in 3, but 3 is interesting because, like I said, he gets kind of comfortable with fame and he neglects his training, and someone hungrier than him, Mr. T's character comes in and beats him, and then he gets humbled by it, and then he goes back to training like the old school ways, instead of relying on like technology and
They did
whatever.
Rocky 3 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they were saying at the screening of the movie, Mr. T brought his mom, and apparently there's some scene where he talks dirty to Adrian, like if you want a real
Oh,
man or something like that.
yeah. If you want real, yeah. But
And apparently during that scene, his Mr. T's mom stood up and said, "I didn't raise you to speak like that," and walked out.
oh damn, damn. That's kind of funny.
That's a little funny.
Yeah, they definitely get better until 5, where 5 is just a trash fire. It's one of I hate 5 with a passion. Really do. And 5 is bad, then the one after 5 that came years later, was it Rocky Balboa? That was bad, but Creed was good, and I haven't seen Creed 2 yet. I mean, Michael B. Jordan, though. And the Creed ones aren't written by Stallone, so they're written by the Black Panther director.
I had to look this up to be sure. Um, they have a running joke on that podcast where any movie that they do, they also read the trivia on IMDb. And
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4 out of 5 movies. There's a line, there's something in trivia that says Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and somebody else, maybe Bruce Willis, were considered for the main role of this film. And it is like it's actually in the trivia. So I went and looked at their last movie, which was MI5, not Mission Impossible 5, but just MI5. And it's a British movie with like Kit Harington is in it.
Okay.
And this came out like in the middle of Game of Thrones hype, and it's totally in here. Sylvester Stallone was considered for the main role of this film.
That's funny.
And one of the guys on the show, he said, "All right, who's ever doing this needs to stop, because I swear it's doing this for this podcast alone."
Oh, their user submitted stuff? Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, I'm IMDb.
Okay.
It's the same as Wikipedia.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Did you see the Mission Impossible news?
No.
What's her name? Haley Atwell is going to be in the next 2 movies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's going to be like one of the lead characters in the next 2. I had originally saw she was going to be in the next one, and then I saw the clarification next 2 movies, and I'm like, oh, interesting. And there's speculation on like whether or not Tom Cruise is going to keep on doing them, or if maybe he's going to transition, maybe out, or I don't know. At this point, I'm like, I'd like Tom Cruise to keep doing it, but he keeps doing the stunts, and I don't want him to die filming a Mission Impossible movie.
Well, that's why he's the producer, so he can do those stunts.
Because, boy, seeing that one scene where he breaks his leg, ooh.
See where he breaks his leg. Oh,
In the newest one,
yeah.
where he makes that jump, and they kept that take where he broke his leg.
Yeah.
Oh, you could tell when he got up, like, oh, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Hey, chill out.
Well, at least your dog wasn't barking through the show itself.
He was wanting to, I think. because he was starting to bark at the before we started.
Right.
But yeah, that's good that he didn't. Hey. Alrighty, I'm gonna go grab something to eat.
Yeah, me too.
When do you want to try the new?
Well,
Try
we
it
can
again.
try it this weekend. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Just let me know when I'll make the ROM changes tonight.
Okay.
Alrighty, I will talk to you later.
All right. See ya.